right, this tip of the week is a little bit of a throwback. I want to go back to my core exercise for circling. Now, I want to go back and revisit this because now we obviously have so many more followers that I think there's a lot of folks that haven't seen this because I've been getting questions about circling and really kind of basic black and white type questions on how they get their horses to stay on a circle. So I'm going to show you using Rio here, which is one of the best circling horses that I have in the barn. I'm going to use him as a demonstration to show you what I do. Now quick, I'm going to show you on the ground. Here is your ideal circle, okay? Now this exercise, I can't claim it 100%. I've changed some stuff and made it my own, but I learned this from Dell Hendricks, worked for him for almost 5 years, and just in case he is watching, I don't want him thinking like, hey, I'm the one that told you that. He is the one that originally showed me this. So anyway, here's our perfect circle, okay? For us reining horses, or reining horse people, that's half the arena. My goal with Rio is to lope off, put him on a left circle, put my hand right in the center of his withers, and without any more pressure on the inside or outside, that he will track around on his own. Now the reason why he would want to do that is because I don't put any pressure on him here. Okay, that's why Rio would want to do that. Now what I'm going to do, demonstrate, is if Rio comes outside of that circle, that's all we're going to talk about today is leaning out. If he leans outside, I'm going to let him do it. I'm going to apply pressure with my neck rein or with my leg or both until he comes back to a focal point of being right here in the middle of my ideal circle here. Once he reaches this place, I'm going to release that pressure again, and it's his job to go try to find this circle again on his own. Now, I know it'll work. Sometimes it takes longer than others. When I release here, Rio could just pull over and find it, or he might come over here, lean out over here. I'll put pressure on him, and with enough repetition, he will go, oh, okay, if I stay here, you leave me alone. So that's what our goal is. You guys know I like to have a plan before I start things. You guys should all also have a plan. Doesn't mean the plan doesn't change, but at least I know what it is I'm trying to get him to do. If you don't know what it is you're trying to get him to do, or if somebody on the ground can't watch you and somewhat figure out what it is you're trying to do, I think there's a really good chance your horse will have no clue. All right, let me lope Rio off here. Left circle. Right away when I loped off, he leaned to the outside. I put pressure with my neck rein, a little bit of outside leg, until he gets to the center. Put my hand down. Now I let him go hunt the circle. He's going the wrong way. Let him leave. There, use a little leg to keep my speed up. Put my hand down. Let him lean out again. So I'm going to use that leg to back up my hand if he doesn't move away from my hand, and then also I'm going to use those legs to maintain my speed. I want to feel like if I'm at 25 miles an hour, whether he's leaning out or not, I'd like him to stay. You saw him lean, get him back to this middle, put my hand down. Okay, that's a big change right there on his own. He just hunt that left. There's another change. I'm not doing anything. I'm almost encouraging him to go out there. He sees that nice enticing open gate. Little pressure. My hand down. This is the first step to getting that horse to circle. We're not talking about leaning in. We're not talking about bridling up. Just taking care of leaning out first. Okay, I'm leaning out here. Oh, he thought about staying in. About 50% better. Steer him back. Release. Very predictable. Very easy for him to understand. It's about patience. Watch your horse's ears also. They tell you a lot. Oh, that time. Look at that. He fixed himself there. I leaned to the outside, and he said, I'm not falling for it. And now that he's on that circle, what do I have to do? I got to do nothing. Because if I start putting pressure on him in this stage right now, he's going to go, it makes no sense. No matter where I go, you put pressure on me. Try it again. See if it was real or if it was fake. He's thinking about going over there. Not as bad, but the rules have to stay the same. I maybe used a little bit less pressure to get him over and then turn him loose. And guys, if nothing else, you're working a ton on steering. Look at that, look at that. I'm leaning to the outside and he's not going for it. So now with that being said, use some common sense. You know, Rio didn't take me very long, but if it's taken you quite a while, you know, and then that horse gives you a big change like that where he stayed, he's like, okay, I know I don't want to go over there because I don't like that pressure of that neck rein. I stayed. That's when you quit. That's when you let them rest. That's when, you know, if they're out of breath, you know, break them down in the middle. That's the safe zone. It's very, very simple, guys, black and white if you stop and think about it. That's why I like to draw that diagram on the ground, because everybody kind of goes, oh, well, that makes total sense. Now, with enough practice over time, you can maybe start adding different things to what you're asking that horse to do. You want them to bridle up a little, you know, you want them to speed up, things like that. But it all comes back to that most simple, basic exercise. There's pressure over there, there's nothing over here. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'd love it if you went over there and did that. If you have any questions about what you saw today, you want to see more, go to mattmillsreining.com. I have getting close to 300 tutorials now from A to Z. And if you don't see something there that's what you need for your horse or for you, you know, simply send me an email, a DM, just get a hold of me and I will do my best to make sure we get those topics covered for you. Hope that helps.
Looking to step your game up? Perfect. All you have to do is go to mattmillsreining.com. It's only $24.95 a month, so sign up today because the key to success is knowing.